If anybody is going through anything in life, it's okay not to be okay. As a matter of fact, society makes it to where you have to hold all your emotions in, or else you're not tough. And I'm sorry to say this, actually I'm not, because this is the truth. It is okay not to be okay. It's okay to let your emotions out to God, to your partner, to Jesus, to the Holy Spirit. It's okay to let your emotions out to someone. You should always do it to God first, though. But it's okay to not be okay. And, when a lot of people talk about this, they fail to leave out that, a lot of people grew up where if you let your emotions out, you're weak. And then you don't really know how to let your emotions out. And then therefore it takes over you. And then, you just don't know how to let your emotions out. And then when you don't know how to let your emotions out, you just kind of stay calm all the time. You're like, you know what I mean? Like the nonchalant look we all give. So one thing I really want to talk about is this. When we talk about it's okay not to be okay, we got to consider, what people are feeling, because everyone feels differently. Like, I might feel sad, you might feel tired, but it's one thing when you let it out healthy, but it's another thing when you're just, gazing upon that instead of Jesus Christ. And, we've all been there. Like, we've all made mistakes. Like, before, I didn't know how to let my emotions out, and now I'm getting better at it. One thing I personally do is I like to write down the way I feel. I like to write down what I feel in the moment, and I journal it to God. You should always pray about it first and then journal, but that kind of is prayer, you know what I mean? So, but again, it's okay not to be okay. Like, I'll share something I went through. So, when I was 18, about to turn 19, there was this girl I was getting to know. Little did I know, because I didn't have the discernment God gave me, I chose not to, Then she was talking to 10 other dudes, and she wasn't who she said she was. And I kind of didn't really open up about it because I felt social anxiety about what people were going to say. I felt insecure about it. And, now that I'm learning to open up about how I feel in a healthy way, I mean, it's different now, but, back then I didn't know how. So if you're going through something, God's there, Jesus is there, the Holy Spirit's there, all the things of God are there. You got people, you got prayer warriors. There's always someone that can pray for you. There's always someone that can help you out. There's always someone doing something. There's always someone doing something. And, one thing I really want to talk about, it is the fact that whenever you let your emotions out, you kind of have to accept that you're a human being. You got to accept that you're a human being, because, we're not God. We can't do everything perfect. Not to say he doesn't have feelings, because he is human and he has feelings, but he's just perfect. And another thing I really want to talk about is when we accept that we have emotions, we're going to start to feel weird about opening up. Recently, a football player with the name Rondell Moore, he passed away. And, there was encrypted messages he posted on his Instagram story. So we got to really pay attention to how other people feel. We got to pay attention to early signs, because, whenever we pay attention to these things, we got to take advantage of it in a good way, of course, when we first see them. Because if we don't take advantage of the way someone feels by helping them out and taking advantage of them in a good way by helping them out, then, we're going to be saving a lot of heartbreak. So help them not to be okay. Or help them to be okay, sorry. And same goes for you. You need to be okay too. You need to be at a point in your life where you're okay. Your relationship with God, mindset, mentality, character, and personality. So when we're talking about this, we got to consider God and all things of God, you and other people. And, the Lord's going to teach you about that stuff. He's going to teach you about it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to let your emotions out, your feelings out, your thoughts out, all that stuff. That's just a part of us as human beings. Does that mean all those thoughts are us? No. Does that mean they could be like us? Yes. But it's important that we don't go off of our feelings and go off of our emotions, because our emotions are up and down. Use them to your advantage, but don't, take them the wrong way, because when we take them the wrong way, you're probably going to regret it. And when you bottle up those emotions, you're most likely going to do something you regret. So please know it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to accept that you're human.